All praises, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh. Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Shalom to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Shalom to the elect, and shalom to all the Akim throughout the whole world, doing and pushing this word in all honesty, truth, and sincerity. Shalom, shalom, shalom. And shalom to you sincere sisters, too, as well. This is a lesson going into how can we identify who the Israelites are today. Okay, I had a conversation at camp about 2 weeks ago, not the last camp session, but a camp session before. And it's very funny, the last camp session and the camp session before, both these individuals were, the so-called white men, right? The look appeared. The one before, I read his spirit, and his spirit was as an Edomite, okay? The one last week, his spirit was as Israelite, okay? He was more acceptable to the word. He even told me, hey, man, you're putting this, because he said in his spirit, because he was searching, he said in his spirit that, he was fully convinced that, hey, man, don't go to these churches, because the word, the spirit was speaking onto him. The word's not with them, okay? Just continue to search. And then he found me on the highways and byways, which Yahweh Hashem Yahushai commanded us to do. Go ye onto the highways and byways and look for who? The lost sheep of the house of Israel. So, as I'm speaking, he's telling me, hey, man, everything that you're speaking is clicking, is making fucking sense. Now I understand why the Spirit was telling me don't go to these churches, okay? So, his spirit, I read his spirit, and it was more as Israelite, man, okay? A lost sheep, okay? Looking like one of the heathens, okay? So I told him, I said, hey, man, keep diving into it. Come by camp, check out the word, because the video had cut off. We kept on going, and the video had cut off. But yeah, he was happy, man. He thanked Yahweh Shimei Shai and went on his way. He was happy at the end of our conversation. He said, "Thanks, man. This is where it is. This is where it is, man." Okay. He looked at the chart. This is what this whole thing's about, anyways, too. Well, part of it. But the other end of it, he looked at the chart and he said, yeah. He started to understand. When I started to break down where he went, 70 AD, just going through the Caesars, okay, showing him about the Caesars and, the time that we fled Jerusalem, 70 AD. And it all started to click to him. He said it all started to open up like a floodgate, which was Yapa. I said, hey, man, Tawari Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man, I'm feeding somebody who was of the house of Israel, a lost sheep, man. Okay, but the other individual, like I said, 2 weeks ago, by now 3 weeks ago, he was because camp is coming up soon on Sunday. His spirit was of a Edomite, man. He was going into Paul being a Christian and this and that. He wasn't understanding. He was rebuking, in a sense. He was fighting against the spirit, okay? Then he kept looking at the chart, and he was like, oh, where's the Jews, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, these are right here, these 3 tribes. I was trying to explain it to him, but he didn't. He was all over the place. And a lot of things with these individuals, you try to finish your sentence, and they're going into something else already, No order with them, man. So, how can we identify who the Israelites are today? Okay, this is a conversation, like I said, that I had at camp. And how can we identify them? By the word of Yahweh, okay? By the prophecies, okay? And let's go into the first, enough talk. First, the curses. Second, loss of heritage. And third, the 12 tribes chart. This is what we're going to be covering. And the last thing, Paul. Well, he couldn't, he was all over the place with Paul. So he didn't get it, okay? But the other individual that came up that looked like the so-called white man, he got it. It clicked with his spirit like that. Like, he can snap just like that. Yeah, it clicked with his spirit just like that, okay? Deuteronomy 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Okay? And we're going to go into the curses. Okay? We're going to go into 64. Yeah, let's go up there real quick. And these curses, you got to ask yourself, who the fuck in the world, okay, though I've been rude in speech but not in knowledge, who the fuck in the world do these curses fit? Okay, when you look around in society today, and you look at every individual out there, and you look at, the nations, okay, who do these curses fit? Okay, who do these curses apply to? Okay, and you got to say, oh gosh damn, the Native Americans, the Latinos, the West Indians, the blacks in America, these people right here that we look at in society, you see these people getting fucked over by society. First of all, we built this place, and we don't have no riches. We don't have no wealth. Okay, which is part of these curses too. You shall plant and not reap. Okay, even in the reggae songs they sing about this, man. Okay. So when you look at all these curses, when you go through Deuteronomy from the 15th, 16th up, okay, who do these curses apply to and fit to today? They apply to and fit to us, man. These other nations out here, they live with ease, all right? They don't have the problems like we have. Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And that's us, okay? The Lord scattered us around the whole entire earth. That's why you have Israelites that look like these different nations, right? But in spirit, they're actually Israelite, right? But here, we were scattered to these lands right here. When we fled 70 AD, we fled into the interiors of Africa, to Ghana and various places, but truly the west, okay, the west side of Africa. And then, as the story goes, they came and took us and brought us over here, transatlantic slavery. And the bulk of the Israelites are over here because the northern kingdom, they left, took that route and came over here. It tells you that in 2nd Ezra, okay, chapter 13. But going back into this, we were scattered out of our land, Jerusalem, okay? We were scattered out of our land, bottom line. And right now we're in these, the bulk of us were in North America, but you have Israelites scattered out through all the whole world, okay? So verse 66, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have none assurance of thy life. That's us, okay? Especially in this land here, around the world too as well. You fuck around, you go one of them European countries, and you see how they get down over there. Okay, they might smile and do whatever they do over here, but in their country, they chase you down like a fucking raccoon, man, and try to kill you. Okay? Like an animal, right? That they don't like. Because they got that deep hatred within their blood. Genesis, was that 27 and 41 around there? Esau said that, after the days of mourning of his father, that what? He shall kill thee. Okay? So he has that deep hatred in his blood for us from time. Okay? And he passes it down to his sons and his sons' sons. And the Shedemite too. But more so the male Edomite. you know. Verse 68, and Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way, and you don't need to go into Egypt from Jerusalem into Egypt by ships. Jacob made that journey as an old man. Many people make that journey every day, okay? Well, maybe not right now, but you know, you get what I'm saying. These people act like you really need to take somebody on a ship to bring them to Egypt. The hell, what kind of foolishness is that? Anyways, and Yahweh shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships by the way whereof I spake unto thee. Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwoman, and no man shall buy you. Okay, it's going into no man shall redeem you. All right. So another thing is these you know, all these immigrants, all these different nations, these heathens and whatnot, like the Indians in Jamaica. They say, oh, we're slaves too in the West Indies and shit. No, you weren't. You were indentured slaves. The Irish over here, we were slaves too. You're indentured slaves, man. Okay? We were the ones who were taken, beaten, stripped, loss of heritage. We were those ones, okay? Not you. You guys knew where you came from. Okay? We were completely stripped and beat, senseless out of our heritage and who we were. You forget they make movies with the guy, what's your name? What's your name? And he's screaming, Toby, Toby, right? So, you know, these other nations out here, they always try to pull the okie doke over people's eyes, talking about we were slaves too. Fuck out of here, man. We went through what we went through for over fucking, you see how much years we went through what we went through, man. Okay? So I don't want to hear the bullshit that these people gotta speak about. They were slaves too. So this happened onto us. All right? This happened to the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom. Because when they came here, they took the Northern Kingdom, brought them back into Europe. And then they went and took the Southern Kingdom and brought them all throughout the West Indies and the Americas. Okay? This thing happened to these other people. All right? These other people, well, yeah, you could say, yeah, it happened to them. But it didn't, these, like the curses say, it ain't happened to them. It happened to us, man. This was the punishment for us. For going off. For not praising Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay? For not doing what Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is well pleased with. Which was keeping the law, statutes, commandments. Right? And we started going off, mingling, doing stupidness. Revelation chapter 11 and verse 8. And the dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, where also our Lord was crucified. And how's that? The image was X'd out. You know, Renaissance, they put up their own image. And when it goes into the dead bodies, right, no identity. Okay? Let's talk about that in Micah chapter 3 as well. Okay? No identity. Their identity was stripped from them. Because this is what part of the curses were. Okay? Or are. And that city, that great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt, is talking about the Americas, man. Babylon. Alright? Because you see what we went through in slavery. In slavery, we lost all our heritage. We came out calling ourselves Negroes, African American, blacks, all this different stuff that they, you know, spoon-fed to us. Okay? Which, like I said, is all part of the curses. Okay? And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. And yeah, that's going into them not giving us back, these other nations, they see us as their pets, man. Their servants. Remember, Esau, Edom, and these other nations consulted together to cut us off from being a nation. So what the fuck would they even give us back? Hey, you guys are Israelites, right? You know your power is Yahweh, right? Because these nations know when we're with our power, when we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, it's hell for them, right? But for us, it's gravy train. So why would you tell your enemy or a person, your subject, your pet, right? Why would you say to them, yeah, this is your power, this, that? So they suffered not, what does it say? And shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves, right? So they didn't give us back our identity. They didn't tell us who we were, okay? And they that dwell upon the earth shall rejoice over them and make merry, and shall send gifts, we're those gifts, one to another, because these two prophets tormented them that dwelled on the earth. And after three and a half days, after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from Yahweh entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. And us stand upon our feet is now. After the 3.5 days is after that time period of slavery. And then going into the time period of knowledge and wisdom shall run to and fro. And that's the busting of the seal there with Abba Bivens. Okay? And that's when the spirit of life start to roll back into us. Because this word was being published with him. And then you had from Abba Bivens, the elders, One West, right? We are apostle elders, their elders before them. And now, as like I said, you're seeing this great and exceeding army. And the fear is falling upon these people. With the elites of Esau, Edom, the fear is falling upon them. Okay? And the ones that are over these nations that know, right? Because the rest of these nations, for the most majority, a good majority of them are just peons, right? But the ones that are up there, they know who we are. Okay? Just like these Edomites today in the streets. Even Jake, they don't know who the fuck they are. These Edomites, they don't know they're Edomites, right? A majority of them. But the ones who are up there in the know, they know. Right? Especially the elites. And these other nations too. The ones that are up there in the know, they know. Okay? This is why they promote what they promote. This is why they have their people move in a certain fashion to keep Jake down. Okay? And when I say Jake, I mean the whole house of Israel. Okay? So, that great and exceeding army is talked about in Ezekiel. Okay? Let me see if that's Ezekiel 37. Let me go to this real quick. Because we're talking about loss of heritage. Slakia. Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage that I gave thee. And I will cause thee to serve thine enemy in a land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in my anger, which shall burn forever, and forever for a period of time. Right? And did we not discontinue from our heritage? And did we not serve our enemies in a land that we did not know? Yeah. Okay. Going back into Deuteronomy 28, right? Part of the curses. And don't those people always say they always knew who they were? According to vocab and the rest of them. Well, according to prophecy, the Lord said, "Now I'm gonna cause you to discontinue from that heritage that He gave thee." Okay, so that means that you ain't gonna know thyself. Okay, you gonna know who you are? No, you won't know who you are, because this is, if the Lord said that He gonna do it, He gonna do it. This is His words. You can't play with them, mix them up. No, this is part of prophecy. This is part of identifying who the real people of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is. Okay? And they hate these facts. They run from it. Let me turn something off real quick here. So anyways, going back into that, let's go to Hosea 1:9. Then said Yahweh, call his name Lo Ami, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, being scattered through all these nations, throughout the whole world, innumerable number, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. And that's what we're, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has entered in back into us, and we're knowing ourselves again. Okay, going back into Ezekiel right here, Ezekiel 37 and 1. Don't make this too long. Ezekiel 37 and verse 1. The hand of Yahweh was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of Yahweh, and sat me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of dry bones. And this is the valley of death. Okay? And caused me to pass by round about them, and behold, they were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Lord, power, thou knowest. O Yahweh, power, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus saith Yahweh, power unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And this is the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua coming upon us. So what happened, like I said, through Alpha Bivens, all the way up, this word has, gone out throughout the four corners of the world. And like Hosea 1 and 10, in that place, which place? This place, Babylon, where it was said that ye are not the sons of the living power, that ye are, you're not the sons of Yahweh, or not the children of the Most High, are not His, right? They're trying to say, nah, you individuals, you ain't Israelites, but yeah, we are the sons of the living power, man. Okay. So, anyways, continuing. Thus saith Yahweh power unto these bones, behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live, and I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. Okay, and that's us being, the identity, laying the sinews, the skin. Because remember in Micah chapter 3, it tells you that, they pluck and flail the skin off my people. That's talking about the identity. Okay, but the Lord is saying here that He's going to enter back in, as in Joel chapter 2:28 tells you, put that spirit back into us to know who we are. Okay, and once that spirit enters in back into us, we're gonna be alive again. We're gonna know who we are. We're gonna live, because we're gonna be drinking that living water. Okay, we're not gonna be as dead as in Revelation chapter 11 was telling you, their dead bodies shall lie in the street. We shall be alive again, through the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, through His Word, through His Spirit entering back into us. So we know who we are, okay? So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. Then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith Yahweh power, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived, and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army. Okay? And this is what they're scared of right now. This is what the elites are afraid of right now. This great and exceeding army. These ones that have, going back into Revelation, chapter 11, right? That breath has entered back into us. So we can identify today who these Israelites are, because the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and 10, is dealing with us directly. Okay? Without His Spirit, you're not going to know shit. Okay? You're going to be lost. And that's what happened to us. Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. Kicked us off our high horse, brought us down to a very, 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 very low position, man. As He said that He would do. So when you look into these curses, when you read into the scriptures, you find out who the hell these people are. Okay, because it tells you right there. Okay. So let's go into the 12 tribes chart. Okay. Baruch. Let's go to Baruch. And I want to get Ezekiel. Okay. Baruch chapter 2 and 29. If ye will not hear my voice, surely this great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations, where I will scatter them. And that's what happened, going back to Deuteronomy, right? The curses you don't want to hear. This is all the curses that are going to befall you. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. And how did that happen? Because the Spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai entered back into us to know who we are. And going into the 12 tribes chart, that's why, we'll get into that real quick. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh their power, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear. And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity, and think upon my name, and return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds. For they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before Yahweh. Okay? So, the Lord made His Spirit to enter back in to His chosen, okay? Back into the Israelites, okay? His people, the prophets of His people, okay? To make these people to know who they are, to prophesy unto these people who they were, okay? And the land of their captivities, where they were scattered, the Lord, doesn't matter. The Lord put that Spirit on them. They heard the word. And like I said, with that individual that I was talking about, when he heard it, it clicked with him right away. He said, this is making all sense, okay? Which is supposed to. Okay, it's like a key. It's opening the door. So, Ezekiel 37, 15. Ooh, sucker. Ezekiel 37 and verse 15, the word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel, his companions. Then take another stick, and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions, okay, and join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, Wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh power, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand. Okay, so, and these sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. Okay, so this right here, what we're reading about, is going into the 12 tribes chart. Okay, what he was having a problem with. Okay, now my question, like we always said, when was Ezekiel walking around with a 12 tribes chart or sticks of that manner to try make the children understand who they are or identify them, giving them identification? Not so. That would be more so in a time like now. Okay, where the Lord said that he gonna return that heritage onto you. You're gonna know who you are. You're gonna remember yourselves. Okay, because when they look upon that 12 tribes chart, they ask, who is what? And that, that's the hook for them. Okay, so they see it, they let, oh, what's this? What is this? Who that says Judah, American Negro? What is this about? And that's part of prophecy, and that was for today, these times. All right. So the 12 tribes chart, that's important. Okay, because we gotta show the lost sheep of the house of Israel who they are, and who, how it all started. Let's go to John chapter. So I didn't want to make this so long, but whatever. John chapter 10 and verse 16. And other sheep I have, which are not of this fold. Them also I must bring, and they shall hear my voice, and there shall be one fold and one shepherd. Okay? And he was talking about who? The northern kingdom over here in this land. Okay? And now we're becoming one, and that 12 tribes chart, like I said, is very important. Okay? Very important, man. Because it identifies and shows the lost ones over here, okay, who they are. Because when you're walking on the street and you're from the West Indies and you look at that chart and you go, what? I'm one of these children? I'm one of the house of Israel? That's very important. Okay? So that's why the chart is out there, man. Alright, that's why the 12 tribes chart is out there, man. Yep. Because we're in the bulk of in North America. This is where the bulk of the Israelites are. Okay, Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 15. But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land, that I gave on to their fathers. Okay? Main point. Land of the north. We're in the land of the north. Okay? This is where the bulk of the Israelites are. And a lot of individuals, they can't stomach that. But hey, it's the prophecy of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Okay, once again, Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 8. But Yahweh liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. Okay, but once again, the bulk of the Israelites are here in this land, North America. Okay, oh yeah, 2nd Ezra, which we mentioned, 13, right here. 2nd Ezra chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Shalmaneser the king of Assyria led away captive. And he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwell, which is talking about here, land in the north. Okay, that they might there keep their statues, which they never kept in their own land. And they entered into the Euphrates by the narrow places of the river, for the Most High then showed signs for them, and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half, and the same region is called Asroth. Okay, now when you go into Solomon, okay, he used to send ships over here, okay, Navy ships with fleets to come over here to pick up gold, okay, Ophir, okay, place called reducing the. When you go into the name Ophir, the breakdown of that name is referring to ashes, okay, reducing to ashes, and where is going to be reduced to ashes? Here in North America, okay. But it took them 3 years, a year and a half to go, and a year and a half to come back. And when you go into the scriptures too also, they would take a bird that's native to here, which they say peacock, but when you go into it, you can see it says turkey, okay? And where turkey's native to? They're native to North America, okay? So this is what the 10 tribes did, right? They left, and came over to here and dwell in these lands. This is why going back into John chapter 10 and verse 16, the Lord is saying, I have sheep of another fold. Okay? That they were talking about, he was talking about the 10 tribes being over here. Okay? So this is all important, man. This is all important. Once again, going into Hosea. Well, we already got it. Then said God, call his name Lo Amin, for ye are not my people, and I will not be your power. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people. Here, going into this place over here in North America's, okay? Because we are not identified as those people, but what? There it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Okay? So, summing this all up, by word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, by prophecies, we can see who the Israelites are today. Okay? Let's go to Romans chapter 9, where he had a problem with Paul. Okay? Romans 9 and 4. Who are Israelites? To who pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of God, of Yahweh, and the promises. Okay? So that's who the Israelites are. The ones, who these promises, the law, statutes, commandments, who the Lord's people are. That's who the Israelites are, okay? Now, going back into this, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach, for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh. Now, I told this guy Paul was an Israelite. But he was a Christian, just that he couldn't understand. He was lost, man. Something was, not clicking in his mind, which kept, I was like, this guy is, a real jackass, man, Anyways, let's go to something real quick. Romans chapter 11 and verse 1. I say then, have God cast away his people? God forbid. For I also am an Israelite, of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. Okay? I kept telling him, Paul's an Israelite. Oh, he's a Christian, this and that, da, da, da. I'm like, you don't understand what I'm trying to tell you. You didn't even understand. Just like Nicodemus, man. If I tell you of earthly things, how the fuck you gonna understand heavenly things, man? Well, he was lost. He had the spirit of Edom, man. And like I said, how do we identify who the Israelites are today? By the word of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Okay? By his prophecies. So Slakia, that may have took a little bit too long, But these things have to be brought up. Okay? Again and again and again and again, like a broken record. Okay? So with that, all praise, all honor, all glory be unto Yahweh. B'Hashem Yahushai, B'Hashem, Rakah Kodash. Shalom to the apostle elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Shalom to the elect. Shalom to all you Akim out there in the four corners of the world, doing and pushing this word in all honesty, truth, and sincerity. And shalom to you sincere sisters too as well. Lord willing, to the next time.